Hello, dear viewer. Welcome to another Ashtray video. Have you ever wanted to be a burnout loser where you spend the majority of your day high as shit recommending music that you have very loose experience listening to people that you don't know? Well then I have the video game for you. It's called Waxheads, a darling new indie game that just released on fucking everything on May 5th, 2026, and I just finished playing through it. Dude, this game was so good that I wanted to make a whole video talking about it, so that's what we're doing. So, make sure that you get all comfy cozied up in bed with a nice warm blankie and a cold can of your favorite locally brewed beer, and let's dive into Waxheads. Two beers in, it's already starting to feel like it's one of those nights to forget. Let's fucking do this video, dude. So, let me set the stage here. Your role in Waxheads is that you're the new wage slave at local record store Repeater Records. Congratulations! I'm so proud of you! Hey everyone, clap for this fucking idiot!
Yes! Thank you! Thank you so much!
I just don't really think a tool
Oh my god,
is very
thank you!
good idea
Thank
for
you!
your
I'm
first
so
day.
happy to be here!
I'm so stoked for you! Okay, great. So here's your handbook. Oh, and it looks like there's somebody at the counter for you, so you better head out there, champ. So the best way to describe what Waxheads is, think something akin to like Coffee Talk or Valhalla, a comfy cozy life sim with light puzzle solving aspects, where you work in a struggling record store recommending albums to people in hopes of brightening up their day. And if you've ever worked in like a niche retail environment like a video game or a movie or a record store, then this really strikes a good chord for you. Customer service can actually be really fun and awesome. You know, unless you work at like TJ Maxx or something, then your life must be fucking miserable. The whole game is steeped in DIY music culture between zines, cool-ass local bands, online music blogs talking about the scene, and an in-universe social media that's basically Twitter where you talk about music. And okay, so like as somebody who grew up in the DIY scene of the Pacific Northwest and like owns a bunch of fucking vinyl records, hey editor, put up a picture of someone who spent their money really wisely. I felt really seen by this game. It's not every day that you get to play a game that's like so starkly relatable to the life that you have lived. I mean shit dude, they even got down how fast some of these bands move with putting out new music. Like there's a band in the game, right? Their name is Bad Toes, and at the start of the game they put out a new album, and then at the end of the game they put out another new album. And I'm just sitting there like, dude, it's been a month. Let your shit marinate, my guy, goddamn! The studio behind Waxheads put a lot of effort into making this DIY scene and record store feel both alive and real. with every album in the store having both cover art, backside art, a little descriptor about the album, and even including what the actual vinyl looks like. Because remember, buddy, you're an employee here at Repeater Records, and we care about what's inside of the package. But they took it even further by making wholly original songs for nearly every album that you sell throughout the store. There are about 27 songs that you can unlock throughout the game, with about 18 of those songs actually corresponding to the albums that you're selling in the store. Okay, and so like all of them are like pretty good, but some of them are just downright fucking bangers, man. Like, okay, there's a band in the game named Sister, right? And they're kind of a big deal in this scene. During your time at Repeater, they dropped their third album titled Door to a Light to mass disapproval because of their change in sound. Which, you know, reminds me of another band who put out their third album and everyone initially hated, but I've always personally really loved. I'm just saying, the light we made was always good. However, you get sent one of their songs to play in your jukebox, right? I put the song on and was like, oh my god, this shit's fucking awesome. I don't know why these people are hating on this band or this album. I don't know what their other albums sounded like, but this record right here, dude, I believe that this was a fucking 10 out of 10 and everyone was sleeping on that shit. Like, okay, let me just play you a little snippet of the song.
Push me to the edge this time. They'll just say I lost my mind.
Pretty goddamn good, huh? But okay, dude, like, that's what I'm talking about. The music that's in this game, the original songs that they made for the corresponding bands that you can find throughout the thing, it's like really solid. It's some of the best like original punk sounding music that I've heard in a video game. The only one that's better than anything that's on here is Sally Face's Sanity's Fall. But that's just because I'm a nerd for Screamo, and I really wish that there was Screamo songs on this album. Especially from this band Snarl. Dude, I played this whole game anticipating a Snarl song to release on my jukebox, and it never came. But all of that being said, Sister wasn't the only banger of a band that was on the soundtrack, alright? I ended up liking the music so much in this game that I picked up the soundtrack on Steam. It was only like $5, and I really wanted to listen to the music whenever I wanted to. So a lot of the tracks on here tend to grow on you throughout your time working in the store, and they did this really cool thing with the music in the game where you can actually set up your playlist for the day. And as I started unlocking more tracks throughout the game, I would typically start my day with building out my playlist. Dude, I'm not gonna lie though, I did find myself kind of stretching out my days and running up the clock so that I could sit around and just listen to my playlist all day. But not only did the devs knock it out of the park with creating a digital music scene, they also killed it with creating the characters that you interact with throughout your day, all of which are mostly very enjoyable. Despite a few that I'm not going to talk about here because I feel like you should figure it out for yourself. Fuck this bitch though. Hate this woman. I still have no idea what she was looking for, and at this point, I don't really give a shit. Funny enough, after I was done making this video and was like getting clips for gameplay and all that, I ended up figuring out what she wanted, and it's exactly what I thought it was, but for some reason I was like, oh, the singer Maurice Tay is not listed on here, so that can't be it. It was it. But okay, starting with our coworkers, right? I'm just gonna list off a few qualities about each of them. But truly, my team here is what's keeping me alive. You know when you work a job and every day sucks and you hate the work that you do, but your coworkers are cool, so you keep coming back every day because you want to hang out with your friends, and truly they're the only thing that's shining any form of light into the shit stain of a world that you call your life? Anybody else ever felt like that? That's like not what we have going on here, but I just really wanted to vent for a second. So, in no particular order, we have Morgan! She's the owner of Repeater Records, and she's a real badass bitch. Once a famed rock star as the frontwoman of punk legends Becoming Violet, she now owns her own record store, where she employs a ragtag group of kids who have the whole world ahead of them. Okay, dude, listen up. This is Mother, okay? I would do anything for this woman. Abby! Abby is truly our DIY or die girl of the crew. She manages a local band on the rise named Girl Junk. Yo, and I know all about Girl Junk, am I right? Dude, nice. Okay, so like Abby has this thing going on though where she like wants to be known for more than just being the manager of Girl Junk. This girl like can play music and wants to make her own music, but she's like kind of scared and just kind of like timid about it. I get it. It's hard to make things creatively. Look at this. This is hard as fuck, dude. Hank the Hunk. Hank is an older fellow. He's the longest running member of the Repeater Records crew, and because of this has built up a very brotherly relationship with Morgan. Okay, he also plays bass and sings in this other really cool band that has another certified fucking banger. Paul! Listen, every good group needs a flamboyant and Paul is the epitome of just that. All seriousness, dude, Paul is awesome. He's probably my favorite of the coworkers that we have. He's really freaking cute. He makes these cute ass little zines. Dude, he'd be up in there. He'd be doing DIY shit. He'd be running some other fucking business. He'd be running this fucking business. He doesn't really do his job at Repeater Records, but like, he's there, and every time that he's there, every time you start a shift and he's available, you're like, damn, dude, today's gonna be a good ass day because Paul's here. T is like this mysterious alt EDM girl, and I don't know, man, she's just fucking cute. This girl is like 100% my type, and every time I see her, I'm just like, ah! And last, but certainly not least, Mateo. Okay, so Mateo is like our older wise gay guy. I don't really know exactly how old he is, but they allude to somewhere between like 29 to 35, something within that range. He's also the party boy of the crew. This dude is known to get his nose a little bit dirty and go have a good fun time. Mateo's cool as fuck. He's just a sweet little man. And so that's our crew. Now, please share something about yourself.
Oh, well, actually, my band just got signed to run for...
It doesn't matter. You're the new kid. No one gives a shit about you. Okay, but for real, I feel like the devs did a really good job of creating a captivating cast of characters here. When I tell you that I bought into the role-playing of this game, bro, I bought in to the role-playing of this game. I was convinced that I was the new kid. I was convinced that I did work here. These were my coworkers. This is my life. Peddling these little pieces of plastic, I would die for it. The only thing that I do wish was actually in this game was some form of a dating sim aspect. It's not really a knock towards the game itself. I just really like dating sims. And there's a lot of cuties that come throughout the store as well as our coworkers that I just think it would have been fun to, like, you know, have a little cheeky flirt with, you know, try my luck. Oh, you like Sister? I like Sister. Maybe we could kiss and listen to Sister together. That kind of thing, you know what I mean? Also, because of not adding a dating sim aspect to this game, they really had a missed opportunity of being able to recreate the whole, hey, I saw you at the show last night, but I was too scared to say hi. Damn, you should have. That would have fit perfectly in this, and it would have been hilarious, at least for me. At least for me. That all being said, I don't really want to touch on the customers too much in this video because I feel like a big bulk of this game is experiencing those interactions for yourself, and just like real life, interacting with your regulars breaks up the monotony of your day. It's also like really cool to just kind of get to know people and see them grow as people throughout this experience, that I feel like kind of touching on it at all would sort of dull that down for you, and I feel like you should go out and do that for yourself. Okay, now for the part that I'm sure many of you are wondering about. Hey Ash, what's the storyline like? Well, I'll tell you. Lock in, buddy. The game starts off with a Where Are They Now style documentary about the band becoming Violet, in which this chud-faced Clive, whatever the fuck his name is, talks about what each member is up to nowadays. Well, every member that is, except for one, Miss Morgan McIntyre. Wait, Ash, is that the same Morgan McIntyre who's our boss? Yes, it is, yeah. Oh man, I didn't see that one coming. The main premise of the game follows Morgan as she has to confront her past and reconcile the broken relationship with her ex-bandmate and younger sister Willow. All the while, another ex-bandmate slash ex-lover, turned chudded AI tech bro, is trying to rip her beloved Repeater Records out from underneath her shoes. And it's up to you, the new kid, and your loyal posse of punks to come in and save the day. So that's basically the gist of the storyline here. I wanted to keep everything as spoiler free as possible without diving too much into it. Pretty much everything that I talked about right here is just available very early on in the game, and if you play the demo, it's all laid out right there. But if any of this sounds appealing to you at all, I really recommend picking it up and giving it a shot for yourself. The game is only $15 and it's literally available on everything, so like you kind of don't have a reason not to play if you've watched this far in the video. I also personally just think it'd be a much more rewarding experience to have the actual storyline play out for yourself. But anyways, that's pretty much Waxheads. I really fucking love this game, dude. I picked it up, honestly, just kind of like out of curiosity. I saw a game about a record store and that spoke to me, so it seemed cool. I didn't expect to like fall in love with it. I'm like really hoping that this game sells well because I want these devs to go on and make another one if possible, or just like, you know, add more to this. I would love a mode where you can just go in and only sell records, just keep getting like recommendations. It doesn't even need to have a storyline. I just want to do that more. I just thought it was really fun. I don't know. The last indie game that made me feel the same way that I feel about this game was probably Night in the Woods. Made me feel feelings for different reasons, but like a very similar type of vibe. I don't know. I just really like punk-based indie games. Also, really quick, Sally Face obviously fits in here. Also, if you enjoyed my video, please give me a like. It means a lot to me. Also, go and check out the rest of my videos. I make a lot of really weird stuff on my channel, and I have a lot more than I'm planning on doing, so it's cool. I don't know. I started making YouTube videos so I could literally just make whatever I wanted, and I'm having a lot of fun doing that. I don't really have too much else to say. I really recommend the album Infinite Feedback by Crumbcatcher. You should go listen to that if you're at all into emo music. This shit is fire. I don't know. New uploads whenever the fuck I want.